Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Hi guys, it's Splash and Crash here with another video, and right now we're going into episode 2 of the Contender series. I really liked making the first one, so I decided to make the second episode, and this episode will be about the team with the best record in the NBA, and that is the Milwaukee Bucks. So, yeah, like I said in the other episode, a huge video is coming soon. It's going to be the biggest video I have ever made on this channel. It's not gonna, by that I don't mean length, because I've made like hour-long videos on this channel, but it's going to be the video I put the most effort into. I've spent multiple weeks on this. So yeah, anyways, let's get started with this video. So the first player on the Milwaukee Bucks is their starting point guard, Eric Bledsoe. While Eric Bledsoe isn't the 20-point-per-game scorer he was in Phoenix, he is still a great two-way player and overall a very good starting point guard. The Milwaukee Bucks have a lot of shooters on their team, and while Eric Bledsoe isn't like a horrible shooter, he certainly isn't a great one. But Eric Bledsoe is still a very big part of this team because he is one of the biggest reasons the Bucks have such a great defensive team. Eric Bledsoe is a good playmaker, and he can give you 20 points on any given night. And like I said, he's a great defender. Overall, he is around the number 15 spot for point guards in the league, in my opinion. The next player on the Milwaukee Bucks that we will be talking about today is Donte DiVincenzo, who has really stepped into that starting shooting guard role that Malcolm Brogdon had last year. He has a different play style than Brogdon. He is a much better defender than Brogdon was, but he's not nearly as good on the offensive end. But he is getting better on that end. In an article this year, I forget which website released it. I'm pretty sure it was Bleacher Report. Someone predicted that Donte DiVincenzo will be an all-star by the year 2025. If that's the case, if he keeps getting better, I think he could really help convince Giannis to stay, as Giannis really wants to win a championship, and it's clear that right now the Milwaukee Bucks, one of their top priorities is to get Giannis to sign an extension. Next, we have the second best player on the Milwaukee Bucks, and that is Chris Middleton. Even though Middleton made the All-Star team this year, he has become incredibly underrated, as people think he is just a catch-and-shoot player and nothing more. Although he isn't the 10th best player in the league like Bleacher Report wants you to believe, he is still an extremely underrated player because he's really good on defense, and his shooting is incredible, as he is, I believe, 0.1% away from having a 50-40-90 season this year. That's absolutely crazy, as that would mean the Bucks would have back-to-back seasons with two non-superstar players having 50-40-90 seasons. Yeah, like I said, the Bucks had two non-superstar players have a 50-40-90 seasons in back-to-back seasons. Chris Middleton was one of them. The other one was Malcolm Brogdon. And yeah, I know Malcolm Brogdon isn't on the team anymore, but I need to talk about him because he, Thaumaker, and Jabari Parker were three huge missed opportunities for the Bucks. Malcolm Brogdon was one of the, he was a perfect player, but alongside Giannis, and I know the Bucks record-wise are better this season. Malcolm Brogdon was like the closest thing they had to a shot creator, and now they don't have him. And I think that's a huge loss because Brogdon has been a great player for the Pacers this season, and at one point in the season we even thought he could have been an all-star, as he was averaging 21 and 10. But yeah, so I think that was a huge missed opportunity, and like I said, there's two other huge missed opportunities. Thaumaker and Jabari Parker. And Jabari Parker, I know he was largely due to injuries, but I think the Bucks could have put more of an effort to just help him become not a star, but a good complementary piece alongside Chris Middleton and Giannis. Because for when he was healthy, he was playing incredible on the Bucks, and I think that if the Bucks were a bit more patient with him and didn't trade him, I know 2 ACL tears is a lot, and most teams would give up, but I think that he could have been a bit more than he did become if the Bucks just put a bit more time into him. And the last player is Thaumaker, and so I know everyone calls Thaumaker a bust, and he probably is going to be, but if based off how well the Bucks were able to do with Malcolm Brogdon, Giannis, and Chris Middleton in the progression department, I think they really could have helped Thaumaker reach that potential that everyone thought he had. So the next player I want to talk about is the best player on this team, and in my opinion, the best player in the entire league, and that is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis played incredible this season, and Jimmy Highlight Roller actually made a video, and in part, it's called "The NBA Has a Big Problem." Part of that video talks about how Giannis might have the greatest season of all time. You should definitely go check that out. Basically what he said was, if you look at all the advanced stats, Giannis is going incredible. He's having, I believe, the number 1 PER, which is player efficiency rating. It basically determines how efficient a player is. Giannis has the greatest player efficiency rating of all time for this season. He looks like he's going to win MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. And if he wins the championship and Finals MVP this season, he'll become just the second player in NBA history to win MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP, and the championship in the same season. The first one was Hakeem Olajuwon, and Giannis has had a much better statistical season than Hakeem Olajuwon's season that year. So, Giannis, if all that happens, Giannis has a case for having the greatest season of all time, which I think is just absolutely crazy. Anyways, so Giannis, he is extremely good at driving. He's a very good finisher. Overall, he's just an incredible player on both ends of the ball. He can handle the ball, he can pass the ball, he can do pretty much everything except shoot threes and create. He can create for others a bit, but as far as creating his own shot from from the 3-point line, he can't do that, and I don't think he needs to do that, because that would just if he works too hard on that would just take away from the rest of his game. Because if he starts shooting 3-pointers, I think he should shooting catch and do 3-pointers will help him. But other than that, I think it's really unnecessary, because I think Giannis, it will help. Like I said, I think it will help his game a lot if he's open for a 3 and his teammates passed him, and if he can hit that, that will help him a lot. But as far as shooting off the dribble and stuff, the Bucks really need to do something and get a player that other than him that can do that. Another player that can really handle the ball, shoot threes, and just be a closer. I don't think Giannis should be the closer. I'm not saying he's not good enough to be the closer. I just don't think that's how his play style and his body should be utilized. So if they want Giannis to stay, which it's looking like there's a chance he might leave. If the Bucks want Giannis to stay, they really need to get a secondary playmaker, ball handler, and shot creator. Next we have Brook Lopez, who is the Splash Mountain. And Brook Lopez this season on the defensive end, he's been incredible. And while he is still a pretty good 3-point shooter, he's nowhere near as good as last season. Hopefully for the Bucks, this is just a 1-year shooting slump, and he'll be back to where he was last year in the 2021 season, because the Bucks really need that version of Brook Lopez. And if he can't get to that level, I suggest them going after at least one of these following 3 free agents: Aaron Baines, Marc Gasol, or Serge Ibaka. And while all these teams might be hesitant to give, while the Suns and Raptors might be hesitant to give up on those 3 players, and because they are all core players on their teams, not as much Aaron Baines, but Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka are core players on the Raptors, and Aaron Baines is still a very good player for the Suns. And they're all really good players, and I think they could really help convince Giannis to stay, because the Bucks really need someone to be a better shooter at the center position, as Brook Lopez had a bad shooting season this year. Another core player in the Bucks rotation is George Hill, who is a good shooter at the point guard position. Another player is Robin Lopez, who is just a good inside player on both ends of the court, and Wesley Matthews, who is a decent 3-and-D player, but nothing special. And finally, Kyle Korver, who in this point in his career can still hit 3-pointers, but not as well as he used to, and he can literally do nothing else at this point. So guys, that's the end of episode 2 of my Contender series that I've just started up. Like I said, stay tuned for that huge video that I'm going to be making soon. I'm still not revealing the title, but let's just say it's a throwback video, and it has to do with Michael Jordan, as well as the Houston Rockets. Now, if some of you have seen my What If video, you might know what that means, but if you haven't, just stay tuned, because it's going to be, even though it's not going to be my longest video, it's going to be the video I just put the most effort and spent the most time on. It's coming out very soon. Anyways, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like the video, and also comment down below which team I should do next for this Contender series. Anyways, that's it. So, bye.